Greetings metalheads and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George and today I'm back with not only a bands you need to hear recommendation, another band that if you've never heard of these guys, if you're not familiar with this particular act, then you seriously need to check them out, but also they've got a brand new album out under their belt as well. Album number 3 in fact, so it's also a new release review. So today's band in question hail from the UK, from Manchester I believe, or up in that sort of area. 3 albums under their belt, loads of other sort of splits and EPs, all sorts of stuff like that. They've been around since about 2005 I believe. Again, brief bit of metal encyclopedia research indicates. But a great band, a fairly recent discovery for myself. I have to admit, I wasn't all that familiar with this band until a few months ago. I stumbled upon one of their tracks. It might have been one of the singles from the new album, in fact, on Spotify or YouTube. Can't remember, not important. But this band is a fantastic, I'm going to say a death metal kind of grind band, combining those sorts of elements. Very aggressive stuff, very heavy, but fantastically light-hearted. Absolutely grotesque, but it's definitely not the sort of death metal that you're going to be taking really seriously. You know, these guys clearly don't take themselves too seriously. There's comical lyrics and song titles, all that sort of stuff. You know, the play on words going on. So, the suspense, I'm sure you can contain it no longer. I am, of course, talking about Foetal Juice. Great band they are. And this is the brand new album, complete with absolutely revolting artwork. It is really grim. This is Grotesque. A very suitable and apt title for such artwork. And it is a brilliant album, I have to say. This is a really, really good album. Strong album. UK death metal with kind of grindcore influences there. I think from the off, I would say that Foetal Juice are a essential listen for any fans of bands like Cannibal Corpse, Aborted, Exhumed. If you like your bands like General Surgery, Party Cannon, bands like that. So you've got your death metal, you've got those really thick, heavy caveman riffs in there, bludgeoning stuff, you know, guttural vocals, all the good stuff. But again, you've got that kind of little bit more light-hearted element there. Still, fantastic musicians, really good songwriting ability. These are really solid songs. This isn't the sort of grind where it's just a few minutes of, you know, essentially just noise and disorder and chaos. It's not at all. It's well structured, brilliant instrumentals, you know, really good tight musicianship. Vocals are really solid. This is really top-notch stuff. This is the UK's answer to Cannibal Corpse. But, you know, maybe they've got a little way to go yet. But certainly a decent band, well on their way. So as I say, new album, Grotesque, about 40 minutes long, I believe. The lineup consists of Ryan Whittaker on guitars. We've got Derek Carley on vocals. We've got Lewis Bridges on bass and Rob Harris on drums. There's our lineup, a little bit of info. It's a nice little package, actually. You know, it's a well laid out, nice high quality insert with this CD. But me being an avid collector and me being a little bit of a, well, in recent years anyway, a little bit of a tape collector and all as well. But I couldn't help but snap up a copy of this lovely album, Grotesque, on tape from the store's Bandcamp page a few weeks ago. I saw it appear there, and I believe it's quite limited, like one of 20 or something like that. So quickly snapped up a copy of that, and again, it's a nice high quality package. I haven't actually listened to the tape yet. I've listened to the CD and also listened to it on Spotify as well while I was waiting for the actual physical articles to arrive. Should mention that this is out on, is it Gorehouse? Yeah, Gorehouse Records. So, you know, it's all pretty underground stuff. But it's freaking brilliant. So we'll talk a little bit more about Grotesque in particular then. Grotesque is a disgusting album, but it's also very comical. Just take song titles such as these. Human Beachmaster, I'm not really sure, but a fantastic way to kick off an album. A really brilliant, strong, heavy-hitting death metal track, very much in the Cannibal Corpse kind of vein, sort of more modern Cannibal Corpse anyway. Maybe not quite as technical, but there's plenty of riffs you can headbang along to. Absolutely fantastic. Then we've got Mountain of Gore, Legion of the Grotesque, again, solid death metal tracks. Got a distinctive Napalm Death vibe at times, you know, that kind of comes to mind with the galloping grind element. Ghoul Amongst the Mouldering Dead. Two Bongs Don't Make a Right is an absolutely brilliant track and a brilliant song title. Then we've got the aptly titled CUNT of the litter. I know not everyone is as keen on that word, so there you go. But hey, a brilliant track nonetheless. Decent grinding death. The Walking Groin, not the brilliant one. Just solid track after solid track, to be honest. Torn Apart as a particular standout for myself, really heavy hitting. Then we've got FKEO, strong, gruesome, a little bit more of a slightly longer track, a little bit more kind of intricacy in there to close out the album. But start to finish, enjoyable death metal. Flows really seamlessly, you know, one track into another. But it does have that brilliant kind of energetic groove to it. Very, very similar to bands like Exhumed, or Napalm Death, where you just feel like you could put this album on and you could, you know, fight an invisible bumblebee around your living room for the duration of the album. It's a freaking great album. Really good. I must say, Derek Carley, vocalist, really strong vocals. This guy's got some decent gutturals. A decent amount of clarity though. It's not just like a low-end kind of gargling noise, nor is it a horrific high-end pig squeal or anything like that. He's got clarity, you know, more in the traditional death metal or kind of grind vocal style. Instrumentals, as I say, fantastic. Cannot fault that at all. Really, really solid album. Definitely a must for any Napalm Death, Cannibal Corpse fans, as I say. But in particular, tracks you want to check out. Human Beachmaster, because that is a hell of a way to kick off an album. You want to check out Legion of the Grotesque as well. That's definitely got a strong sort of cannibal vibe about it. Two Bongs Don't Make a Right and Torn Apart. Really good tracks. Just a couple that I would recommend from this particular number. And I don't know if there are already tapes available, but I'm sure it sounds pretty brilliant in this nice analog format as well. So check out Grotesque, new album, out now, 2023, Gorehouse Productions. Awesome stuff indeed. So just to give a little bit more of an expansion, they do have a couple of other albums as well. Working backwards, this is one that I think I've talked about, or will be talking about at some point on the channel. This is Gluttony from 2021, I believe. Yep, 2021. Again, this is Gorehouse Productions. This is a really good album. Again, it's a brilliant sort of precursor to Grotesque, if you like. It's disgusting, you know, it's just grinding, or death grind, that kind of stuff. This particular one is a very nice gold vinyl. I will get that out just to show it off. So this one I acquired on eBay, a new and sealed American, US import, I should say. I think it was about £10. So I don't know if you can still track down a copy. Then I'll definitely fill this gap in your catalogue, because this is a solid album. Definitely a nice grinding one. So we've got Gluttony from 2021. You know, these guys have got a good rate of work, actually, all things considered. And then prior to that, we had this little number. Again, I picked up a CD copy of this via the band's Bandcamp page not that long ago. I think this was a few years older, 2016. So yeah, a number of years in between. But this is Masters of Absurdity. Again, we've got some really interesting artwork and some interesting aesthetics. Just show I don't know, there's a slight striking resemblance to a certain legendary doom metal album there. Not quite sure. But again, we've got the decent album cover, and we have some very, very interesting song titles in the form of Brutal Tooth, Gin'll Fix It, risky, Booze Locus, None So Vile, as in Habit and all that. So yeah, strong debut from the band. Debut full length anyway. Quite a different lineup there, I think you've got at that stage, but a solid album. A solid album. And although, as I say, there's quite a lot of splits and EPs in this band's catalogue, this is another one that I have alongside Human Landfill. Again, very grind aesthetic there. Very, very grind indeed. This looks like it was 2013. So yeah, quite a number of years ago. I have to say, I do actually really like Foetal Juice's logo. It just reeks of that kind of death grind or gore grind, along with bands like, you know, General Surgery. Some interesting song titles again here. We've got Albert Grindstein, Blue Waffle, and Tumor Has It. Oh dear. Interesting stuff indeed, but just good fun. It's just good fun, grinding death. You know, enjoyable, not to be taken too seriously, just for those that like good, groovy, grinding death metal, that want to just put on some extreme music and just have a little bit of a headbang along, you know? Easygoing stuff. So there you have it. A band you need to hear, Foetal Juice from the UK, some decent albums in their catalogue, in particular this absolute delight. This is a fantastic, fantastic album. Grotesque, new album, do check it out, it's well worth your time. Spotify it, YouTube it, or do the decent thing and Bandcamp it. What are your thoughts and opinions on Foetal Juice, my friends? I'm very interested to hear if there's any other fans out there, any fans of Grotesque. If you've never heard it, I really do, or heard of the band, I really do implore you to go and check it out. But feel free to leave your comments, get some chat going. Feel free to like and subscribe, my friends. Thank you again for watching. Please do check back soon for more reviews and recommendations. But above all, my friends, take care of yourselves and stay heavy.